Alright guys, I'm here to talk about a couple things. The Sawyer Mini and the BeFree Katadyn. Let's get into it. Alright, first up, the Sawyer Mini. I originally got this, I'd say, have at least one hiking season on this particular filter. Really enjoyed it. I originally got it because of its versatility. I used it as a filtration for my water bladder. When I could filter without having to take my hydration pack out of my bag. I could just refill it when it's stated in it. The other thing about it, I mean, it's extremely versatile. Whether you're using a smart water bottle, whether you're using a Sawyer squeeze bag that comes with it, and it comes in several different sizes. This one actually came with a 16 ounce, not really ideal for backpacking, so I did get several of the 32 ounce ones, which is a little more, I guess, convenient as far as filtration and carrying more quantities of water. So it worked really well for that. The durability of this, pretty good. I really haven't had any issues durability wise. I do know that if you hike in the winter that you have to keep it under freezing because that could compromise the hollow membrane that's inside it. The one thing that I will tell you that I did find when I first started using it, the little seal that's on the inside, you can overcrank that. If you put it on a bottle, put it on the bag, and you really torque it down, you can actually smash that seal that's on the inside. I've done that personally, and it can start to leak on the outside. One of the things that I did to help with that, I contacted Sawyer. They're fantastic. Sent me 3 or 4 new filter rings that I actually replaced it with, and then they said, hey, just be sure when you're putting it on your water storage, just barely tighten it. Just, you know, snug it up. Don't crank down on it, and that did fix the issue. Overall weight, not bad. Let's check out the weight and see what it says. Okay, let's check the weight of just the Sawyer Mini in standalone. And this is dry weight. It hasn't been used in a significant amount of time. 1.73 ounces. So 1.73 ounces for the Sawyer Mini all by itself. Now let's see what it is with the smart water bottle. 3.56 ounces. Not too shabby. So now let's check it with the bag, and this is without water and an unused filter, so dry weight. And the Sawyer Mini dry weight with bag, 3.03 ounces. So overall, not too bad. Now let's check out the newest replacement, the Katadyn BeFree. Alright guys, what I have here, the latest addition to my hiking gear, the Hydropak soft flask with the Katadyn BeFree filtration on top of it. This I've really grown to love. In fact, I'm not going to go back to anything else, and for a couple of these reasons. Here's the actual filter itself. So it's similar to the Sawyer Mini. It's a little more round, a little more of a diameter to it. It's the exact same style of filter, that hollow membrane filter, and it has the exact same microns that it filters out. The one thing I can tell you is that it's twice as fast as the Sawyer Squeeze, which is much larger than this, and at least 3 to 4 times as fast as this Sawyer Mini. I absolutely love this thing. Again, what makes it so great, if you look around all the perforated plastic that's around the side, it gives that water all these different access points to get in through the filter, versus the Sawyer Mini and the Sawyer Squeeze go from end to end. So with that having so much access to get through, it just significantly increases the amount of water that you can filter in a short amount of time. The flask seems to be very durable. When I did some research on it, there was some concern of the durability of these flasks. They seem to be leaking, but so far I've had no issues. Basically, when you fill it up, it holds 0.6 liter. Once you fill it up, you'll attach the filter. It does have a flip cap that comes with it, and the great thing about that flip cap, that's pretty much the same as a smart water bottle flip cap. So if that ever breaks on you, you want to replace it, it's very simple to do so. After you flip that cap open, you just simply squeeze it, and here in a little bit I'll show you the amount of flow rate. It's pretty crazy, and one of the things I do have enjoyed about it. Now, if you're looking to attach this to your water bladder, you can do so. I believe that there is a Sawyer adapter piece for the Sawyer squeeze that make it inline that you could probably rig up and use on the tip of that. I've not seen the need of this, especially when I'm just using a bottle anyways. And actually, there's one other thing. If you notice on that label there, the soft flask is made by Hydropak. I have one more addition in with this. Let's say I'm with a large group of folks, and originally, to be honest with you, I was afraid that this would just take too long. 0.6 liters, I like just scooping out 2 liters or a liter at least, and then just being able to filter it and move on. Hydropak actually makes their own bottle. It's its own entity. So basically Katadyn went to Hydropak to make their soft flask. And this style of opening pretty much only fits this filter. The great thing about it is Hydropak makes a 2-liter water flask that once you open it up, the filter will very easily connect to the flask, and then I can filter out 2 liters of water. So no need to do gravity feed, or no need to maybe hook it up to a bladder. I'm very happy with this, but as far as gravity feed, by the time you hang it up, it'll be done pouring out. I'm not joking, it's absolutely crazy. So now the one thing that I will say about this versus the Sawyer Mini, it's not as durable. You got to be very, very careful, and I can speak to one thing. These hollow membrane filters, the way that you clean this filter out, you're supposed to take it and shake with the water, have a little bit of water in your flask, shake it up, and it will get the gunk out of the filter. Then you can dump the water out, or you can take it to the water source and swish it around in the water. Now, I will tell you, I probably did it a little too violently because there are a couple of bands that came loose in this filter. So I don't recommend really shaking the snot out of it, or really aggressively trying to flush the filter out. All you need to do is just a little swish in the water, or turn it upside down a couple times, but that'll protect those fibers a little significantly better. Now, with the 2 or 3 bands that came loose, I'm not worried about it. It hasn't compromised the filter in any way, shape, or form, but it's definitely something to keep in the thought process as I'm cleaning it, which I will do so going in the future. So I would say, as far as durability, the Sawyer Mini is definitely going to win that battle. The other thing, this flask has a very firm plastic piece at the top. That's because you do not want to hold on to the filter or touch the bottom filter in any way when you're trying to attach the filter to the flask. You want to be able to hold on to that plastic piece. Now, there is no plastic piece per se when it comes to the larger container from Hydropak, the Seeker that I purchased. But it does have a pretty rigid neck right there at the attachment point that gives you a good grip as you're attaching the filter to it. So just avoid trying to hold on to the inside of the filter itself as much as possible. So outside of that, let's check out the weight of this thing. Okay, so let's check the weight of the Katadyn BeFree. Let's check it in standalone also. If we can get her to sit on there. There we go. 1.28 ounces. Okay, so 1.28 ounces. So the filter in standalone is lighter. So now let's check with the Hydro Flask. .11 ounces. So not too bad. Probably a little bit of weight savings maybe. Or depending on how you use it again. So I guess the weight could go either way with the Sawyer versus the BeFree. Now let's check it with the Katadyn Seeker if we can get this beast on here. Hydropak Seeker with the Katadyn BeFree filter, 3.11 ounce or 3.10. It just changed. 3.10 ounces for that combination. And that's a 2-liter filtration right there. All right, guys. That's the products in a nutshell. I will tell you, as far as the durability, one thing I found with my concern of the durability, I should say, of the Katadyn BeFree, I decided just to kind of keep it in my pot. I mean, you're using it to boil water anyways. No worries of getting a bacterial infection from using that as storage. I know you might have some drips of outside water that get in there, but I use that pot to boil water anyways. So with that in there, I don't have to worry about the fact that it might brush up against something, or I might fall on it if I have it in a front pouch. It just kind of takes away all that worry. I mean, that's the last thing you want to do is damage your water filtration when you're 2 days into a 4-day hike. So just a little tip, if you're concerned about it, keep it in your pot. You know, that I can still fit my spoon and my stove in there as well. I usually keep maybe a small canister in there of gas if I have to, but if I had to choose between the two, I can keep the gas on the outside. So now the question, how fast do they filter? So I'm going to fill the bladders up with the same amount of water. I'm going to just go ahead and use half a liter inside both products, and we're going to see how fast these things can filter water. All right, here's what I got. I've got 0.6 liter in the BeFree, and I've got only 0.5 liter in the Sawyer Mini. So it's got a little bit of a advantage here, and I left a little air in the bag so that way you can actually squeeze it out a little faster. Sometimes it gives you a little more torque on pushing that water out. So let's see how they perform. Right off the bat, the Sawyer Mini's pretty good. I'm applying a lot of pressure here. It's got a good flow rate to it. Overall, pretty happy. I wouldn't be upset with that. And it does help. Be sure when you're using these bags as well to kind of roll the top. If you just squeeze in the middle, that has a tendency to make the bags last longer when you roll from the top. So a lot of pressure, putting a lot of pressure on it. And we're getting there. Alright, is that it? No. I believe that is it right there. So, yep. Okay. So you can see 16-ounce mark is right on it. Okay. Now, let me dump this, and then I'll show you the BeFree. Alright guys, now let's check out the BeFree. So here we go. You just flip the top, and I'm just going to turn it upside down, and let's just see the flow rate from it upside down. Already starts out incredibly fast. Now, when I add pressure to it, keep in mind, we'll see how long it takes for 0.6 liter. And we're done. That was it. So not too shabby for something that is the exact same microns. You have to kind of take care of it maybe a little better, maybe take care of it a little more. The Sawyer lasts for, they claim, for 100,000 gallons. This lasts for 1,000 liters. So the Sawyer, in retrospect, will last longer. It's more durable, but at the same time, I'll lose it before it hits 100,000 gallons. And to me, it's worth it. So $19, I believe it's right around $40 for the Hydropak flask and the Katadyn BeFree filter, and then the replacement filters are 27 bucks. So be sure to check them out. May not be for everybody, but overall, if you're looking for an alternative, something that's a little more easier to manage, highly recommend the Katadyn BeFree. Thanks, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe if you like the channel. We're hoping to do more gear reviews coming forward, and hopefully more trips coming to you soon. See you later.